I'll read the sutra if you want me to.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
yeah.
to start us off. To reach the state of peace, one skilled in the good should be capable and upright, easy to speak to and straightforward, of gentle nature and not proud, contented and easily supported, living lightly and having few duties, wise and with senses calmed, not arrogant and without greed for supporters, and should not do the least thing that the wise would reproach them for. One should reflect in this way. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings be happy-minded. Whatever living beings there may be, whether weak or strong, tall, large, medium or short, small or big, seen or unseen, near or distant, born or to be born, may they, without exception, all be happy-minded. Let no one despise another or deceive anyone anywhere. Let no one, through anger or hatred, wish for another's suffering. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her child, her only child, so for all beings one should guard one's boundless heart. With boundless friendliness for the whole world should one cultivate a boundless heart in all directions, without obstruction, without hate and without ill will. Standing or walking, sitting or lying down, whenever one is awake, may one stay with this recollection. This is called the best and most sublime way of dwelling in this world. One who is virtuous, endowed with insight, not clinging to wrong view, and having overcome all passion for sensual pleasure, will not come to lie in a womb again.
Thank you, Sam. That was lovely. Sue, are you happy to go first with the paragraph and just maybe read a couple of paragraphs? Starts a friend who lived, maybe down to
Page.
So page 73, halfway down.
Sorry, did you say me to go first, Paul?
Yeah, if you don't mind. You're happy to?
No, not at all. Not at all. A friend who lived on the edge of open countryside heard rumours of a planned building behind his house. Determined to protect his privacy, he planted a hedge that grew prolifically. Soon, it was so tall, it totally obstructed the views of the hills he so loved. He came to the startling realization that in his effort to shut the world out, he had locked himself in. Defending our view of self and holding steadfastly to our view of others, our world becomes increasingly small and stultified. Compassion and understanding arise simultaneously. They nourish and sustain each other. In a path of awakening, there is no endeavoring to annihilate the self, to improve the self, or to disdain it. There is the profound invitation to liberate our hearts from all fixed views of self. Listening inwardly, we see that not only our bodies and minds are processes, so too is our sense of self. There is no central controller, no command center, no edifice that remains unchanging. Identification and clinging have the effect of turning processes into states and definitions, and of turning verbs into nouns. Releasing the tendency to cling and to identify with the changing processes and events of our bodies, hearts, and minds, we liberate ourselves to be the fluid, changing, responsive human beings we have the potential to be. The freedom from identification and fixed views does not result in chaos or dysfunction, but in a present moment stillness and awareness that is the root of compassion.
Thank you. Lovely. So Rosie, would you like to go next? Maybe the next 2 paragraphs?
We come to see that the only thing that keeps anything fixed in place, static and impossible, is our view of it. This applies to each of us. We see we cannot be defined by the contents of our minds or experience, and endeavoring to do this self-definition is too often an act of harshness that imprisons us in our views of who we are. Instead of telling and retelling ourselves the story of limitation and failure held within our judgment and narratives, we learn to listen and to question. We hear the familiar inner voice of blame. I'm a failure, I'm hopeless, I'm not good enough. And we hear it not as a statement of fact, but as a thought, and learn to question the truth of that thought. We bring in the query, am I? This is our starting point to liberate the view of the moment, rather than falling into the abyss of belief. It's an act of compassion for ourselves.
Do you want to do one more? Yeah, thanks.
One of the greatest gestures of compassion we can offer to another person is to liberate the person from our fixed views of who he or she is, enabling him or her to be the fluid, changing person he or she can be. William Blake wrote, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, the world would appear as it is, infinite." Any view creates finiteness and limitation. Compassion asks us to move from a place of knowing based upon views, fears, need, and anxiety to a place of not knowing. Not knowing is not a state of confusion, but a way of being present in which we can wonder, question, and learn. We allow ourselves to be surprised by ourselves, by others, and by life. Our capacity to deepen and grow as a human being may well hinge on our willingness to be surprised.
Sandra, you happy to finish off? And then if you go down to the path, I'll guide the practice then, if that's okay.
Yep. We begin to sense the ways in which we are prone to seize upon the appearance, acts, and words of another, and to impose upon the other a definition and view that condemns that person to an eternity dictated by our view. Compassion deeply rests upon being able to question and see beneath our narratives rather than clinging to them. The most difficult person we meet lives with his or her own measure of fear and anguish. The most destructive and brutal people in the world are born of conditions and imprints we can never know. This never means condoning or justifying brutality and cruelty. We are always asked to commit ourselves to bringing the causes of suffering to an end. Yet the immeasurable nature of compassion means that no one is abandoned. Shmuel Goldman, a 92-year-old, wrote, "I have a friend, a woman I already know many years. One day she is mad at me. From nowhere it comes. I have insulted her, she tells me. How? I don't know. Why don't I know? Because I don't know her. She surprised me. That's good. That is how it should be. You cannot tell someone, I know you. People jump around. They're like a ball. Rubbery, they bounce. A ball cannot be long in one place. Rubbery, it must jump. So what do you do to keep a person from jumping? The same as with the ball. You take a pin and stick it in, make a little hole. It goes flat. When you tell someone, I know you, you put a little pin in. So what should you do? Leave them be. Don't try to make them stand still for your convenience. You don't ever know them. Let people surprise you. This likewise you could do concerning yourself. All this I didn't read in any book. It is my own invention.
I just think that's gorgeous. I just imagine this little old lady coming up with this wisdom. Yeah, just brilliant. Love it. Love it so much. Okay, thanks, Sandra. So I'm going to guide the practice. So basically, we're going to work with sound, and then we're going to start to search for self using some of the discoveries we have when we're working with the mindfulness of sounds. That sound okay? And then at the end, maybe I can pass the hosting over to you, Sandra, so you can close the meeting
Yeah.
whatever you want, if that's okay. And then I'll get the recording out tomorrow. Yeah? Okay. So let's just spend some time allowing our awareness to drop into our body. So just establishing a posture that we're comfortable with. Making sure that we're experiencing a felt sense of our bottom with the cushion, the chair, and our feet, the soles of our feet with the ground. So we're putting our mind where our body is, allowing our awareness to drop with the force of gravity. So that the bottom half of our body becomes like the bottom of a mountain, firmly rooted to the ground, rock solid. Bringing our awareness to the base of our spine so we can begin to align and center the spine. Just with tiny movements side to side and backwards and forwards. So we're getting this centered feeling of alignment. So aligning the whole spine with the neck and the head balanced on top. And we can become aware of our hands as well, either on our legs or in our lap. Noticing the sensations, contact with the skin of our hands, and either the clothing or the skin of our legs. Noticing the weight and the pressure and the temperature. And then lengthening the spine so we're lifting our body. That allows us to open our chest and let the shoulders soften, fall back. Softening the muscles in our face. Moving awareness to the crown of our head, noticing the slight tingling of the blood going around the brain. All the way to the crown of our head, where we can imagine a an invisible thread just lifting the crown, lifting the frame of our body, whilst the rest of the body drops downwards. And then we can take 3 deep breaths into the abdomen, exhaling slowly and prolonging the exhalation. With each exhalation, allow any remaining tension just to melt away. So breathing in. And then just letting the awareness rest upon the natural in-breath and the natural out-breath. Just breathing in, breathing out. If our mind wanders, just noticing, we become distracted, smiling, this moment of mindfulness, gently guiding our mind back to the sensation and flow of the in-breath and the out-breath. And then allowing the breathing to drop into the background, into the peripheral awareness, and opening our awareness to the sensations of the whole body breathing. First of all, a physicality of the body, rising and falling with each in-breath and out-breath. We can go inside the body, being aware of the energetic qualities of the body, allowing the breath to go where the breath wishes to go, and aware of sensations in the body appearing and disappearing and changing as we shine the light of mindfulness on them. As the practice unfolds, just letting the breath calm, tranquilize the body. So breathing in, calming, breathing out, calm. And from the calmness of this present moment awareness, we can open our awareness to sounds inside the room and outside the room. There could be background noises, activities, maybe sounds in the body. Noticing how quickly some of the sounds appear and then disappear. Not engaging with them, just observing, witnessing. Not even identifying, just the bare sounds. And even if the sounds continue to appear for longer, notice how within that they're still changing the tone, the volume, the rhythm. Constantly in flow, changing, appearing, disappearing. Not permanent. Just ask yourself the question, who is hearing these sounds? Where is this hearing taking place? What location is hearing happening? Can you find what is hearing? Is there a hearer to be found? See what happens when you look, try to find what hears the sound. Is there anything to be found? Notice there's just pure experience here. No hearer to be found doing the hearing. Just hearing, just sounds. So see for the remainder of the practice, if you could just leave an open awareness. Where the sounds appear. Notice there's no you here directing attention to hearing. Just simply the experience of hearing. If you find yourself becoming distracted, just simply bring yourself back to the sounds in the room, the sounds outside the room. Appearing and disappearing. Like clouds appearing in a clear blue sky and just naturally dissolving back into the sky. So if we just look a few words from the book. Listening inwardly, we see that not only our bodies and minds are processors, so too is our sense of self. There is no central controller, no command center, no edifice that remains unchanging. So allow yourself to just relax the concentration, becoming aware again, your body, feet on the ground, bottom on the cushion, hands on your legs or in your lap. And breath going in and out. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. If you wish, have a stretch. So I'll just make Sandra co-host if I can. Okay. Yeah, you got that, Sandra?
Well,
Thank you.
presumably-
That was wonderful.
that was lovely, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, it's interesting guiding it, because I kind of found it on the internet this morning. I was looking for something appropriate, and the thing I found on the internet, I really it really kind of spoke to the non-existent self here. But after finding guiding it was quite difficult, actually. I wasn't able to drop into it like I did this morning. So I'm hoping you guys were able to, you know, connect with it in a way. It's not easy. It's like a slippery fish. It really is. And yeah. So
It's what I was doing on the weekend, Paul.
of course, yeah.
So that was really lovely. It was a nice way into it, actually. It was yeah, good. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gone. Yes, sorry. Yes. So
No, I was just going to say it sort of has connections for me with the Indian spiritual path of, you know, the who am I
yeah.
question, and the notion that all is consciousness.
Yeah, because that is what's consciousness is instead of the eye is what's experiencing this, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I'm sorry for the extraneous noises that you may or may not have heard. I don't know.
I've enough got a disco going on next door to me.
My phone went off, and then there was something came through on the computer. I don't know.
But it's actually one of the few meditations where you can really say, "Well, thank you for that," because it's stuff, isn't it? You know,
That's true, actually. Yeah.
when we have the group meditating at my house, it's so quiet here that when we do the sound meditation, people can't go with it because there's nothing happening.
No sound.
Yeah, sometimes except for the cat who will come in occasionally and start, scratching and cleaning and everything.
Where we were in the meditation, because I've been reading this Bruce Lipman, which is about this sensory membrane around the cell.
Yeah.
And there's receptors and there's energizers. So in that listening for the sounds, I became part of this membrane of awareness, which is what the cell has, but it's what we all are. We're just really evolved bits of that. And I feel myself as this sort of, and the whole membrane was the whole universe. So I was just a teeny weeny part of it, but the whole thing was so mind-blowing that even my bit was so precious, but it wasn't particularly mine. It didn't have an ego. It was amazing.
I think it's really lovely, actually. This is quite special because all three of you have got this kind of other experience, which this is relating to it, and they're all different experiences. You've got the ultimate view of reality with Geshe Namdak, your kind of Hindu, I think the Hindu kind of roots of
Advaita,
and then this biological, biology of belief thing. So, and they're all consciousness, it's all awareness, consciousness kind of base, and that what you've just described, Rosie, that's it, isn't it? It's Indra's web, or it's it's this massive web of interbeing, which we're nodes in, but we're not the web. Really.
Yeah, we're just that tiny bit of it, and but it made me think who I am it's a collection of whatever that node on the web is, but it's not unimportant and it's not important. It is just that expression, when the whole thing is so amazing and so precious and beautiful. it was a different way of looking at it.
Have you come across Indra's net? I think you might have, Sue. It's used in Buddhism a lot. Have you heard of this?
Heard of it?
Sandra? The Indra's net is this amazing, amazing web and there are these tiny particles which are like diamonds. Yeah, and they're multifaceted. And every single diamond reflects every other part of the web. You know, so it's this. There's some really good stuff on the internet about it. So that it kind of reflects a bit like what you were saying. We reflect every part of the universe, and the universe reflects every part of us. And so, yeah, as we're unfolding and awakening, we are the universe unfolding and awakening. So there isn't this dualism there that we kind of get into, and it's like. Yeah, we're all part of it, and it is all part of us, kind of idea, and it's just huge and infinite and eternal and quite big.
The group I belong to, we're doing a practice this month, and it's a number of chants, and the first two is I am God, I am indivisible from God, and I am infinite.
Yeah.
And that's a sort of part of our daily chant.
Yeah.
But still getting a grip on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just feeling how we're going to be blowing Rosemary and Moretta's minds when they play this recording. So
I think Thich Nhat Hanh has this phrase, doesn't he? The into being.
Into being, yeah.
It's very much that same thing, and the interconnectedness of all things and ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye. Can I leave you guys?
Okay. Can I just ask one quick thing? I'm sorry, Paul. It'll only take a second. Jamyang Bath is thinking of running a meditation course based on this book.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Lynn's got the book now, and she really likes it. And so what I was wanting to ask is, would everyone mind if Lynn popped in to one of our sessions just to say hello, to get an idea about how we run it?
Well, I'd love it to, but it's up to
how she's got ideas, then how it might work at Jamyang Bath.
Yeah.
Would anybody object to her doing that?
Can I suggest the next session might be a good one if she can make it? Because
yes, I think she might be able to do that. She's away. Yes,
if we start
to do that. It's early to ask, but
that'd be great.
Ask her, and that'd be lovely. Thank you very much.
Are you two okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just check with Moretta and Rosemary just to
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But no, and obviously love to.
But that would be nice if everyone agrees. It's just to pop in, just to.
No,
see how it goes and say hello to us all. Yeah.
We'll find us something to do. That's what I think.
Well, absolutely.
Well, let's go.
Join in.
See you all anyway. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Paul.
Just hit the end meeting when you're ready, Sandra. Yeah, but lovely to see you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Oh, he hasn't left.
Oh, he hasn't left. Just to get out of the
A minute, needs the loo. Wow, that was a beautiful meditation. Gosh, beautiful.
Very good. Yeah, I've been doing this related stuff all weekend for 4 days, and so
lovely.
It was just nice to do a meditation from the way Paul did it. It was lovely. Really nice, yeah.
And the reading made, I don't know why, it made so much more sense to me today than it has the last 2 sessions.
Yeah.
I seem to be able to understand it. I don't know whether that's my space I'm in or, but it was really pertinent to me. I can't remember it now, but
yeah. I think the thing is this, the thing with compassion is it's hard to really have this great compassion unless we actually can see how we fit into the whole universe, if you like we were just talking about, that interbeing, that being part of it and that being part of us and how we connect with it all, And that's where we can begin to really get in touch with what compassion really is for all beings, which is what we're trying to do here, isn't it?
The bit that
Yeah.
was pertinent to me was this bit where if you let go and that there is this boundless moment, there is surprise. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love that. And I kind of know where I am at the moment. You know, the safety of the group means so much to me because I am finding it hard to let go. I really have been through some shocks and I'm not that stable. But in that sort of compassion and the safety of the group is when I can dare to be surprised, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
am very grateful. Yes. Yeah.
Easy though, is it? I mean, it's something we have to kind of work on, really. It's
Oh,
not
yes. Yeah.
to be able to let go and be in that, you know, sort of moment, if you like, and to be surprised.
I think I have been rather amazingly rottenly surprised at how naughty some people can be. And I'm a bit getting over it or something. But I think the thing to do is to really in a way is to go there and then let go and not have the story about it. That's what I'm learning. Is like this beautiful bit in the biology of belief where he said, you know, pain and sadness is different from suffering, and this will be a use of words, and it may not gel with the Buddhist idea of suffering, but the gist of what he was saying was that if you have pain and if you have grief and if you have sadness, yes, it's real, and cry and let it move through you. But if you have a story about it shouldn't be happening to you, that's where he uses the word suffering.
Yeah.
And I found that really, really interesting, because part of what's got me caught up at the moment in this shock is that I'm so shocked at the extent of those men and what they did that I can't let it go. I can't seem to think that there's a justice anywhere. I'm just sort of still struggling with that. So this,
I think that's, yeah.
let go of the story and just be in how that came to me, why that came to me, the support that I've had as a result of that coming to me, what I've learned, you know, the divinity in it, all the things that have been so far escaping me.
But not beat yourself up. I mean, that's the thing too, is to be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because beating, you know, we can beat ourselves up for mistakes or views we've had or whatever. But I think, you know, like you say, it's a learning process about how we interact with people, isn't it? You know, and you know, be kind to yourself in that process.
I think it is, for me, it's sort of, it's that part which is really quite difficult, which is allowing the space for that other to have been the way they've been.
Yeah.
You know, whether when people have been what I think are sort of difficult or done something which I thought, how could you? But it's still allowing that space for them to do whatever they've done, and I don't know, trying to be in that same space, because we all are in this same space of consciousness, aren't we? That's the bit I sometimes find quite challenging. We are all in.
Be there.
Mm.
That's why I need you guys, because it's tough.
Yeah, it is. It can be. Yeah. Get a grip.
Yeah. Wow. Mm.
Mm. When do you come home, Rosie?
I think Bill's coming to get me tomorrow, and then I'm going home on Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in, where are you at the moment? Devon, did you say?
Yeah, I'm right on the northern bit, southern bit of Dartmoor, right on the edge.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. I can't really get about much, but it is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I've been to see my nieces and their new homes, and that's been lovely. One's in Cornwall, one's just down the road here, and another one's a quarter of an hour away. And that's been really lovely. And all the lambs have been born. We've only got 2 more ewes to go. They've all had twins. So that's been
Well,
interesting.
they keep animals, do they?
Yes, we've got dogs,
Wow.
cats, cows, sheep,
Oh, wow.
no ducks, lots of wild birds at the bird feeders. Yeah, sheepdog. It's all, they've always been farmers. It's
Right,
lots of
okay.
things growing in the greenhouse and lots of things, horses, lots of things to do.
Wow.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
your hip's all healing very well then, your new,
Leg is amazing. It didn't even bruise this time.
wow.
I mean, I'm still walking with a stick,
Yeah.
as you would expect. And I'm really grateful that I'm being cooked for and not having to stand around washing up and cooking. And yeah, I've been reading and I finished my tapestry.
Way.
Can we see it sometime? Have you got a picture?
Yeah, Weasel. Please.
Oh, she's got it there.
I'll just go and get it.
Oh, right.
Yay, good.
Love to see it, yeah. Wow.
I've been very bad about projects
I was
during
going to
this
say, have you
time.
been doing anything, Sue? Because you've been,
Not really.
have you?
I mean, I've got clay and everything, but I haven't touched it the whole year. Just one of those things. I do a bit of doodling now and again, but I have a doodle book.
All ideas in process.
Did you say clay, Sue?
Clay.
Did you say
Yeah.
clay? Are you starting to do something?
No, I'm just saying I haven't done anything for the year.
I'm going to get serious when I come home.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
That is lovely.
That's lovely, Roz.
Yeah.
Structured it.
It's in a frame. You get
It go on a cushion.
on a cushion. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it cruel? Is it cruel work or?
It's tapestry. So
This is actual. Oh yes, I can see
Ah, yeah.
actual tapestry. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, you are clever.
terrific. Terrific.
taken me
Lovely, and you've got lovely. You know, the kind of how do you call it? Different textures going on there. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. You're very talented.
Thank you. Yeah, because
Yes,
the
she is.
design is the hard part, really. I mean, I love sewing it, but the design is hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Do the next one now. So there's 3. You've probably seen the other ones back at home, but so that's autumn, and I've done winter as the badgers and the stars, and then I've done summer, which is just apples and sun rays and dawn. So I've got spring next.
I haven't seen. Don't think I've seen them. You'll have to show them all next time, or bring them out.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them.
Get them all. My next project is to get them all onto cushions and in a row. On the
Yeah,
side.
nice one.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, what do we want to do? We want to finish now, about now, or unless anybody's got anything else they want to talk about or say about what we've been doing.
I think I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, okay, so I think we'll just leave it at that, yeah? And I'll see you next time. And thank you so much for sharing, and
Yeah.
really
No,
lovely.
thank you
And
both.
Sue, I might drop you, I might stay in contact over the next week and see, you know, if we meet up in a garden or something. Be lovely.
Okay, lovely. Yeah.
Thank
Look forward to it.
you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you both for a wonderful session.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you both. Yeah, it's been lovely.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.